I have a lot of respect for girl bosses and, a woman being a boss in general, a woman being a manager, an owner, a CEO of any sort, girl boss. Mad respect. However, the only con of being a girl boss is you have to commit to being a boss. You can't just be girl boss and, earn respect. No, you need to be able to erase your emotions and actually be able to do business without questioning anything. That's the hardest part of being a girl boss. Being a woman, we have emotions. We have the ability to choose to not care. So to be in that position as a woman, to be in that position with control and power, to be in a power role as a woman is very dangerous, because women boss or girl bosses, they don't really get to the point. They don't. They tell you what you should be doing and they tell you what they want, but they don't get to the point. They don't get to the why. They don't explain anything to you. The difference between a man boss and a girl boss, or a boy boss, I guess, but it's a man boss. A man boss, girl boss, okay? Man boss gets to the freaking point, okay? I love working with men over women because a man tells you straight up, okay, this is what's wrong. He might even offend you. But the thing is, at least you know what's wrong. At least you can fix it. At least you can go back and be like, well, if I'm too slow in this arena and he told me I'm too slow, well, I'll just speed up and, I'll get better, blah, blah, blah. Like, you tell yourself what you can improve on, because that's exactly what the man boss tells you. The man boss tells you what you can improve on. Whereas a woman boss, a girl boss, beats around the freaking bush, okay? She doesn't want that directness. She doesn't want to lose that connection with her employees or her other subordinates. She doesn't want to lose that respect. So she beats around the bush. She tries to make amends and keep friendships when it should be business, and doesn't end up telling everyone what they should be hearing. She beats around the bush, doesn't get to the point. This is counterproductive in the world, and the stats are going up with girl boss, okay? There's so many more girl bosses out there that it's just creating a disconnect between the businesses, between people that actually work for them. They don't know what they're actually doing wrong. They're just doing their job at this point. They're not actually trying to exceed their job. They're not actually trying to be better or get better. Probably because the girl boss has an issue with power. Most women naturally already have a problem with power, because we're already born in this world with men as the power source, as the main power that could actually help us in the world. Whereas women, once we get to this power position, it's like, whoa, I cannot lose this power position. I'm going to do anything in my power to not lose this power position, because once the woman loses the power, she doesn't know what to do anymore. She doesn't know what to do with herself. So to keep the power, she bosses around people for the hell of it, while not being direct with the business, because the business, there's still someone in charge of the CEO. There's still someone telling the CEO, hey, we got to run up the numbers. We got to make sure we got some numbers in for next month. We got to make sure we're making business. The girl boss is not girl mathing that. The girl boss is like, okay, so I need to be a little more bossy. Okay, bet. No, you need to run up the numbers, meaning you need to go out there yourself and go freaking do the numbers. That's what a man boss would do. A man boss would make sure everyone is on their asses, check everybody, and then they would go out and do it themselves, because they can't trust anyone either way. So why, as a girl boss, would you expect everyone to just follow you when you can't even follow directions and provide an actual game plan for your business? It's, I do respect girl bosses, okay? Because it's a lot to even get to that position, but you need to have the emotional intelligence to be a freaking boss, to be a boss in general, to have a business, to run a business, to be able to talk to your own employees, to be able to have your own interviews. You need to have an emotional intelligence, and you can't let anything get in your way, whether it be stuff at home, relationships, problems, financial problems, whatever it may be. As a woman, you need to let that shit go. You need to separate that between work and life. And being a woman is hard to do that, especially as a girl boss. Being a girl boss is like, it's dangerous to the world. Straight up, it's dangerous to the world, because a woman does not know how to make all the right decisions without the emotional capabilities. She can't. Like, it's really, really hard and almost impossible, because once you think she's making the right decisions, boom, she's getting her period. Her cycle's messed up. Her emotions and her hormones are flipped. Now she thinks the other way. No, like, this is what I'm telling you. I have respect for them, but it's hard. And the ones that really commit, the ones that really want to make a change in the world, will not let their emotions affect them, will not beat around the bush, will be direct with everyone around them and people below them, because they know what their power actually means. And it's not something that's egotistical, because most women want power for ego. They want power for confidence. They want control because they probably never had control ever in their life. And that's a you problem. That's their problem. But how does it make everyone else's lives miserable in the process? Because then the girl boss starts asking all of her employees to come in earlier, to stay later, to cover for shifts that she doesn't want to work because she's girl boss, like, that's what I'm trying to say here. Women in the control and power arena take advantage. We all take advantage, okay? We all take advantage, all at different times in our life. But when you have control as a woman, when you really have power as a woman, you really take advantage. You really have a herd of people that you can manipulate and control. This is what I'm talking. This is dangerous. This is really dangerous, and this is happening right now. It's happening right now. It's happening in jobs, like corporate jobs. It's happening in franchise jobs. It's happening in bigger schemed corporate jobs. Like, it's bad. It's bad. It's happening from working at Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, all the way to working for Apple, because girl boss controls all of that. And it's deceiving. It seems like the business is booming and the business is good, but guess what? One false move by the girl boss and they're effed. And then she has to pass it on to someone else to fix it, or to pass it on to a man to fix it. And here's a secret, best believe, from my own experience, most girl bosses aren't even doing it alone. They're doing it with a friend or a boyfriend that helps them. Some sort of help. They get help, and it's not from someone that works for them, and it might be a family member, but girl bosses are not doing it alone. They're not, because they would literally quite kill themselves, because it's too much, so much stress. Like, family and business do not mix. They don't mix at all. It creates problems. It creates tension, disconnects with the family, relationship problems. It creates all of that. So business and family should be separated. And the thing is, women create families. But if they don't choose to create a family and they want to jump all the way into the business scheme, they need to understand that you cannot have any sort of emotion in this arena. You need to be all in the business. You need to be girl boss 1000%. But it's not like that most of the time. It's not, because they need help from someone, or they're just not able to make all the decisions. They're emotionally unavailable. They're emotionally unstable to make decisions and to actually boss people around to get shit done. In order to get things done in a business, you need to have no emotional distractions. It's hard, but it's possible. And you know who makes it even more possible? Men. Men make it possible. Men are the business owners. They're able to actually build a business and control people, tell them what they need to do, because they don't beat around the bush. They know what to say. They know what they need to do. So they just relay it to everybody else. And I'm not saying I'm against girl bosses. I'm not, because I feel like I have it in myself to actually fulfill a business and to do what I gotta do. But I already know I need to have an emotional stability for that. I'm not gonna just go jump into it and say I'm a girl boss. No, I'm not a girl boss. Me doing these videos, I'm not a girl boss, okay? I am just taking charge of my own life, and I'm going with the flow with it, okay? I'm not no girl boss. A girl boss is someone who actually has control and power. And once you get to that point, it's like there's no turning back. You have to commit. You have to be so like locked into the business, not yourself, not the employees, but the business, and not let anything dictate what you say or what you do, because being a girl boss is hard. You got emotions, you got hormones, you got all these distractions against you, you got natural abilities of creating a family against you. Like, I respect them, but at the same time, they make my life harder. Like, my boss makes my life harder because she's a girl boss, because she doesn't know how to communicate what she actually needs with the business. Am I supposed to just assume what she needs? Am I supposed to assume what my boss needs? No, I'm not the boss, because if I sat there and assumed it, I would assume the position. You know what I'm saying? So being a girl boss is about being a freaking boss. Be a boss. Be a business owner. Own your shit. Don't let anyone else take the fall. You'll have to take the fall for it. You'll have to take the accountability, and you won't have to blame employees. That's what it is to be a boss. You can blame whoever you want, but at the end of the day, it falls on your name and your shoulders. So who is really at fault? The girl boss. The boss. So being a girl boss, if you want to be a girl boss, you just got to have your ish in check, know what you want, and know how to communicate it. It's a pretty dangerous world because there's so many girl bosses out there, from small schemes to bigger schemes. Okay? Like, I'm not going to talk politics, but you know what I'm saying? Being a girl boss is dangerous. Okay? That's all I have to say for today. It's a little bit of a rant / like make it make sense. But yeah, I do see myself being a girl boss, but I don't really see myself really like taking charge. I'm more of like a creative director. I feel like I'm more of like, oh, I can see this happening. Like, I'd rather work with somebody than to take charge. Like, that's not in my strong suit at all. And at least I can say that for myself. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, girl bosses, they're dangerous. Keep your eye out. And especially if you have a girl boss, if you have a boss that's a woman, I feel bad for you. I really do, because she probably doesn't communicate shit to you. She probably beats around the bush, and I don't know, she probably just has an attitude problem all the time with you and all her other employees, and probably picks favorites and all this and that. So that's that. Sorry for you. But men bosses, you know what you're doing. Not all of you, but most of you. And that's what I'm talking about. The majority. So, thank you.